Am I the jerk for banning my fiancé's best friend from our wedding because she's spent years openly ignoring me and treating me like I don't exist? Posted by u/xerclex33. My fiancé and I have been together for just under 6 years, dated for 3, engaged for 2.5. Our relationship is great overall, our friends and family all get along well with each other, with no issues at all. Except for one of my partner's best friends. This best friend has never liked me and has seemingly had it out for me the entire time. She basically ignores my existence and refuses to speak to me or even be cordial. However, as soon as she sees my partner, she yells and hugs him, saying, "Hey, best friend," while completely ignoring me, even though I'm standing right next to him. I told him how it made me feel, but at first, it went unaddressed 2 or 3 more times because he needed proof to ensure there was an issue. After the proof was undeniable, he spoke to her about it, and she got a little better, but only around groups of people, and only twice. She claimed she didn't have a problem with me, so he felt I was the only one seeing an issue and suggested I approach her and talk it out. I told him I wasn't going to do that because she isn't my friend, he needs to handle it. A couple of weeks ago, we attended a mutual friend's party. I attempted to make eye contact and say hello 2 or 3 times, but she avoided me and refused to look at me the entire time. My fiancé noticed because it was so blatant. I don't want her respect, don't need her to like me, and honestly don't want her around at all. I just want her to show basic human decency. This situation has made me rethink my relationship and consider ending it because I feel my fiancé is in the wrong for continuing to engage with her after seeing how she completely disregards me. I believe that now, and especially after marriage, we're supposed to be a unit, and I wouldn't tolerate this behavior from a friend. I've been feeling like a jerk because we spent most of a nice, drunken evening arguing about this, and I told him she can't come to our wedding. I refuse to have someone who can't stand me near me on that day. Am I wrong for telling my fiancé she can't come to our wedding? Relevant comments. Commenter. I'm surprised that you decided to marry someone who allows such behavior toward you. Ops response. I don't want to ruin what has otherwise been the healthiest and best relationship in my life, but I've been thinking about it hard, because where are the boundaries? Commenter. She is not distant with you, she pretends that you don't exist. A good partner wouldn't keep her as a friend. Moreover, most people don't face such dilemmas once they're done with high school. And why is that? Usually, when someone doesn't like a friend's significant other very much, they try to befriend the significant other anyway because they're afraid of losing their friend. If there's really no compatibility, they tend to avoid the significant other, but they don't become openly hostile to avoid losing their friend, unless they have a real reason to dislike the significant other. Ask yourself, 1. Why does your significant other accept the way his friend behaves toward you? And 2. Why does she think she can increase the hostility she displays toward you over time? I guess she assumes there will be no consequences, or she thinks she is his number 1. Ops response. True, I think she believes she's his number 1 and that he'd choose her if it came to the wire. She acts very much like a high schooler, and that's something I can't get jiggly with. I don't know why he's accepting of this behavior. It definitely made me suspicious at first because I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why aren't you defending me? But, to be honest, he is non-confrontational, avoids any type of conflict, and tends to make excuses for everyone. Commenter 2. Not the jerk for not allowing the BFF to come to the wedding, but you are the jerk for still wanting to marry the guy. Your man doesn't respect you, or he would have put his foot down with the BFF after seeing how she continued to disrespect you, even after he said something to her. Do you honestly think that not inviting her to the wedding will change anything? She's still going to be a pain in the rear after you get married. Then there will be more hoops to jump through when you end up divorcing because of her. Ops response. Wow, that was an unexpected twist. You're right, though. I've been seriously evaluating our relationship and how this one thing is jeopardizing it. I don't want to give it up, but it does come across as disrespectful and doesn't present a unified front. Update 1 month later. The comments on my original post opened my eyes and made me realize that, despite this being the healthiest relationship I've been in, it doesn't mean it's actually healthy. We've had a couple of conversations about this issue, which mostly consisted of me saying it bothered me and him saying I was the only one who cared. A couple of things helped me realize my breaking point. 1. I asked him if he would be okay with our daughter's future partner treating her like this, to which he got flustered, shut down, and said he didn't want to talk about it. I left it alone. 2. He said he didn't want to end his friendship or do anything to jeopardize it because what if we break up? This made me realize he would not protect me as his wife, just as he didn't as his girlfriend. The final straw was when I expressed how much it bothered me that he wanted me to blow this off since we, meaning me and the best friend, only see each other 4 to 6 times a year, and he said, directly quoted because this is burned into my brain, I know the way she treats you is garbage, but you're allowing one person to dictate our relationship. It could be worse. She could be more active. There are worse ways to meddle. People text and lie and do all that to break relationships up. The first line broke my heart and told me all I needed to know. I had to get through a couple more months of pre-planned and paid-for social engagements, but I closed the curtain on any chance of healing this relationship the moment those words left his mouth. Thank you everyone for the advice, common sense, knocking me upside my head, and sharing similar experiences and outcomes. I'm going to go to therapy and redefine what a healthy, balanced, and communicative relationship is. Edit. The pre-planned events aren't wedding or engagement related. We share a home and need to divide assets, pets, and a custody schedule. Additionally, we have vacations planned with a mutually shared friend group. My boyfriend is not part of that group. I appreciate the concerns, but I need to plan things out a little more. There will be no second chance. To those who keep saying they're screwing each other, probably. When I first brought this up, he became stressed and kept emphasizing how horrible it was that I thought he was sleeping with his best friend, without addressing the actual issue. I don't care to know or confirm. Edit 2. We are not getting married or continuing our relationship. For those thinking I'm using the pre-planned events to justify holding out, absolutely effing not. Our relationship was dead the moment he admitted she treated me like garbage and basically shrugged it off. As a note, I never asked him to cut anyone out of his life. I simply asked for basic greetings and acknowledgement during the rare encounters with his BFF. This hasn't happened, aside from a couple of begrudging times. Edit 3. I tried asking him the "what would you tell your daughter to do" question. He answered that if she loved her partner, she shouldn't care about outside people. Additionally, he said he was tired of talking about it, felt he'd done all he could, and didn't want me to bring her up anymore because he was over the conversation. I told him our relationship is done in September, when our lease is up, etc., apologized for bringing it up, and asked if he wanted to be alone for the evening. Thank you everyone for helping me realize I wasn't asking for too much. I really thought he was the one for me, but I wasn't thinking straight. I'm tired, and I want better for myself. I'm okay with being alone. I appreciate you all. Have a good night. Second update 2 months later. I originally posted about how I told my fiancé his best friend couldn't come to our wedding. She pretended I didn't exist, and he did nothing to address it. My ex-fiancé did begin to make an effort to include me and ensure I was acknowledged during group events, even though we had already separated. Throughout the summer, we had many conversations, not in hopes of reconciling, but mostly to make sure he truly understood the cause of our breakup. While drunk, he apologized for his messy and toxic friends, said he needed to reevaluate his friendships, and apologized for bringing them into my life. He changed his tune in later sober conversations. I was met with continued excuses and my point of view and feelings being brushed off. This isn't that big of a deal. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I have friends who have done worse. The explanation and insight I received is that the best friend was a side piece, knowingly, to a different dude for about 7 to 10 years. The guy had a baby, bought his baby's mother a house and car, and basically got married, all while stringing the friend along. As a result, the best friend has since always asserted herself as the most important woman in her male friends' lives. All in all, I'm just going to go to therapy, heal, and move on. I'm starting piano lessons soon and taking a language class to pass my free time. I'm also focusing on cooking again and moving my body. I'm planning to lose about 40 to 50 pounds. Thanks everyone for commenting, offering solutions, and sharing alternative points of view, including those who felt I was making a big deal out of nothing or thought I was trying to make her be friends with me. I never wanted that. I felt crazy for a while, but I'm thankful for the random strangers on Reddit confirming I'm not. Relevant comments. Commenter. God, that friend sounds horrible. She knowingly helps someone cheat for a freaking decade, then decides she has to be the most important woman in every male friend's life? Who the F would want someone like that in their life? Enjoy your life without her in it. Ops response. That's what I said, but I minded my business. Apparently, the side piece relationship meant she was just the other woman, technically, but he wasn't actually dating anyone. So, I don't know if it's cheating, but still, I wouldn't want that for myself. No self-respect. Commenter 2. I'm really glad you're leaving this mess behind, Op. Go no contact with that whole group of friends who thought it was acceptable for your ex and his BFF to treat you the way they did. Enjoy all life has to offer now that you're living for yourself. Breaking up is painful, but what lies beyond is a life of color and joy that wasn't possible before. Op's response. I am no contact now. Nothing to say or hear, especially not the excuses. Thank you, I'm hoping to see you in color again.